Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to the Banished Vault, where today, faith wanes, and so does our supply of Elixir, and it's not great for those two things to be happening at the same time. So, today we gotta make some Elixir, and also some knowledge would be good. It might be a good idea to actually gain some knowledge. So first of all, we need silica and methane to produce Elixir. We have a stock of methane. We have 18 methane remaining, so it's not nothing. And we could just set up over here what looks like these very close asteroids and produce 18 Elixir. I hope. Actually, what's the income say on that? Yeah, 1S, 1M makes 1 Elixir. So that seems very doable. We'll probably send a small ship to do that, because like 1, 2, 3, 3, not so good. We also really do need to start working out knowledge, so let's engage with this system. Today, this is our focus: Elixir and artifacts. All right. To unlock knowledge, you need to gather artifacts from locations in the solar system and return them to your vault, where they are then converted into knowledge. To find artifacts, you must have an exile in the laborer slot on the location display, select the artifact tab, select search for artifact. So we just have to go down and hope, right? Yeah, there's no indicator. Artifacts vary in the amount of knowledge the vault rewards. And that's it. That's the entire page on them. Okay. Well, let's figure it out. Let's go do some searching. So first things first. Let's set this up. Let's make this happen. It probably only takes one person on one of the small ships to do this thing. So let's send arbitrarily, probably not the person with 1 faith by themselves. This is one of the 3 faith people by themselves can handle this. This is a 0 thrust kind of maneuver. So let's swap the engine out. Okay, the stuff in the cargo holds does remain, which is very cool. This is not going to take more than 1 stack of fuel. I feel fairly confident. Bring all the methane, and what does it take to build the buildings? Both iron and titanium. That's actually kind of annoying. Right, because we're gonna have to make this multiple trips then. Well, is what it is. Yeah, alright. So this is 6 energy, a single point of fuel spent. Go ahead. Alright. Now we need to explore for artifacts. We also want to get the scriptorium down. And we do have the resources to build a scriptorium. So I'm thinking maybe this is our next point. Like let's search this first, right? We can set up a fuel depot on this planet. It does have water. It also has titanium and iron. It has methane reserves, and there's silica and CO2 on one of its moons. So I feel pretty good about this, provided we can survive the magnetic fields. The Aircator has 5 condition, so there's actually no way that it could get destroyed, but I'm assuming we'll have to deal with this on both ways, right? It is strength 5. Right now, our strongest pilot only has 3 dice. So do I want to do some other searching? Like we could set up a fuel depot up here, certainly, and search this for artifacts. And you know, we're actually a little short on iron. Looking at things here, maybe it'd be better to try to set up. Gosh, yeah. We need thrust 2 to reach this. So we didn't bring a ton of iron with us, and there is not a lot of iron available in this system. So I think we'd be going for this then to set up, because what I'm thinking is maybe we want to perform a traveler's rite. Oh, a complex process that can take weeks. Maybe you can only upgrade people's... Will recover faith at the end of the turn if there's enough elixir. Okay. So no, it's a thing you can do whenever. We can't gather methane here, but we could gather methane there. But with only this much iron, yeah, we're in some danger here. We have to set up over here because we have to have a source of iron to continue what we're doing. Okay, so let's make that happen. That's the plan for right now. Let's drop the titanium back in the ship vault. Okay. What is it going to take for us to get set up out there? We're going to have 2 thrust. So we have to use the big engine. 2 fuel gets us 4.6 energy. So we have to spend 3 fuel to make it here. Would 3 fuel get us... Let's... Hold on. Let's use our slide rule. Because it is rad. More than because I need it. Alright. So this is a 5 energy jump. That's a 7 energy jump. How different is that in terms of fuel efficiency? This is 3 fuel. 7 is 4 fuel. So if we would be spending the extra fuel to get down here anyway, we may as well just go ahead and head all the way here. So that's going to mean 4 fuel spent right away. I mean, it's not a big deal to just carry a couple stacks of fuel, right? We should also carry all of the iron, and we don't have any titanium on this system, but there's titanium up there. I'm going to take some titanium with us anyway. Do we want to... Yeah, I think I'm going to. Let's bring at least the stuff we need for the scriptorium, and we'll just cache it over here. Or honestly, probably over here. The question is, do I want to bring more alloy? Should we just bring the whole supply? The ship that's doing the elixir thing doesn't require any alloy. The only thing we need alloy for is stasis production. We don't have to do any stasis production. Does anything else cost alloy? Nothing that we know how to build. So I guess we can just bring the 2 alloy, because we're not even gonna build a stasis producer out here, I don't think. We have how much left? 38? Yeah, we're just not even gonna worry about that problem. Okay, so we don't need to bring any additional alloy, which means we can just bring another stack of fuel. You know, there's no reason not to bring a ton of fuel, and you end up needing a ton of fuel for complex maneuvers and stuff. We're gonna set up a depot, but we may as well bring a lot with us. And I think everybody else can come on this journey. I don't think we're going to need the other ship. But I suppose maybe it makes sense to leave somebody behind to bring the other ship, just so that we have the capability to move in a large group. We can bring back more fuel than we will spend getting out there. I think I'm comfortable with that. Yeah, so let's go ahead and start that maneuver. And we will bring the other ship just for the extra cargo space. Sorry, this one. All right, so you're flying that. And you're just bringing... Yeah, and all we're going to need is 2 thrust here. So this is the Caracal. Yeah, I think this makes sense. If we don't need alloy, then we also don't need silica, right? Yeah, because the only thing we were using silica for was alloy production. And the silica is also used by lots of buildings that we don't know how to build. Okay, I think we can just... I'm going to leave this much fuel behind. And we can just head out. This is 1 fuel. This would be 2 fuel. 2 fuel gets us 11 thrust, so we may as well plot the maneuver all the way out to here. Yeah, may as well. So we can pay for it all at once. Okay. So, let's get this sorted. Do we have hazards? Not really. Okay, so... let's put all this stuff in the bank. You know what I didn't think about is how little space there is here. Okay, location has no artifacts. Good to know. I gotta look at that tab. So what I want is an elixir producer, but these things are huge. I literally can't build an elixir producer here. All I can do is make this a place where we can harvest silica. But if I can't build the producer here, maybe it's not worth it. So there is silica on the world that we're planning to settle on over there. So maybe I just, having checked this, just pack all my stuff back up and leave. It's good to know, though, right? And we had to at least come and look for artifacts. We have plenty of fuel left. We have a very efficient engine. This ship can't make it to where the silica is. We could just head back home and build another caracol. Right? We still have plenty of titanium. It's just titanium and methane, right? No, it's alloy. But yeah, yes, we could absolutely do that. Okay, yeah, I think we just head home. Just go back, build the bigger engine, and yeah, that's fine. Okay, so let's make you an engineer. Fabricate. Okay. May as well top up on fuel. And we can worry about that next turn. You guys are already flying. Okay. Let's work this out. So first things first. I think we just go ahead and plot the exact same maneuver here. Alright. So this ship's on its way with the methane and whatever. Kind of a bummer, but this is the way it works out. Can there be artifacts in orbit? No. Well, in any case, there aren't here. I don't know if there can be. Okay. This ship, I think, just wants to go all the way to the surface. We got to figure out how much iron's around here. We have to set up water production. We have to set up iron production. Yeah, I think this ship just wants to go to the surface. So, once again, energy calculator already set for this. So if we wanted to produce 4 energy, we're already talking about 2 fuel being spent. If we wanted to go to 12, that's 8. If we wanted to just jump to here and then make this as a separate move, producing 8 energy requires 5 fuel. So technically it would save us 1 fuel to make this 2 separate jumps. But I think I'm fine with just making it as 1 so that we can start getting set up this turn. Let's have a look. Okay. Artifacts, alien plants. It turns out there's a lot. All of the useful stuff is at depth 0. There's a second iron at depth 1, but I don't think there's any reason to engage with a second iron. And there is enough iron down here to set up our first iron harvester. Let's build it all the way in the corner. Okay. Now that we have that, we at least have the basics for constructing life in this system, for building a temporary outpost. We do not have all day. So I think you just want to come down here and claim some iron. Because you're going to go set up the fuel depot. So that's everybody's out of actions. Okay. You are flying and will be for some time. Let's get this sorted. So first things first. Laborer produces... We're going to need a water producer plus a fuel producer up there. So we're going to need 3 iron in total. Produce 3 iron. Pass the 3 iron up to the Sedilli. Sedilli turns around. Flies to here for 14. And I do want to make this all one move because I just want to be getting stuff done. It doesn't matter how much fuel it costs because we're going to set up a fuel producer. I don't need any titanium. No, I totally do. I absolutely need a titanium. So there's titanium up there. But we can just send one with you. Yeah. Should I just produce more? Like, what is the titanium harvester is another iron? Like, let's just give him the other iron as well. So the air cater can transfer you down to the surface, produce 1 more iron. Okay. Artifacts? None. Okay, that's fine. CO2 here is at depth 1, which is kind of annoying. But that first tier excavator only costs 1 iron. Okay, well, let's focus. So I need to harvest titanium. Is the thing we're going to have. There was titanium on the surface, and I guess we could have known there probably would be. The water harvester is going to make it impossible to get the CO2. We're fine with that in this location, though, right? Yeah, the CO2 here is very accessible, so we're good. Then go ahead and construct that. And then we need a fuel producer here, which you will build next turn. Okay, then we have a nice effective fuel depot. And also a place to dig up titanium, because the planet doesn't have any titanium. All right, let's get the rest of the stuff going here. So we do need the CO2 harvester. Do we? Well, whatever. We may as well build the harvesters for the things we can harvest. Okay. And more than anything, what we needed here was the ability to produce iron. We have that now. It's really easy to run out of iron, it turns out. Okay, so iron and fuel production we have up. These are the sort of the core things that we needed. We do want the silica because we're going to be producing the alloy, or we're going to be producing the elixir down here, which we will be doing. Okay, so this turn, silica harvester costs a little bit more iron than we currently have, but it'll be right here. Operate, construct. And then we're also going to need the elixir producer, which is big, but not so big as to be a problem on the surface of this planet. 2 iron. Build, and build. Okay. Now all we need is the actual inputs. over here, you build that, and then we'll do this stuff. We're just waiting on approach. Okay. So let's get you down to the surface for methane delivery. Okay. So we need to get up to a bunch of silica. Alright, you're all out of actions already. We're going to have to go back and get the rest of the methane. And then we can talk about maybe setting up methane production somewhere. Because this is actually, like, this methane producing world is very close to, in terms of energy cost, very close to the vault. But if we have to come down here anyway, you know, the thing is, I would like to put together some faith before we have to deal with these magnetic fields, because if we go in here with low faith, we're likely to not come out with a ship. So let's produce what we can first. Sorry, Bryneth. Bryneth's turn. Bryneth gets to produce fuel. Alright, there we go. Bunch of fuel in the fuel depot. Do we just send the Nexus 83 back for the rest of the methane? I don't think there's any reason to wait. So you're going to go up to the fuel depot, where you will get 2 stacks of fuel. Is there a reason? This is more than enough to get back home, grab the methane, and come back down. We don't need to wait. I want to be time efficient here. So we want to make it at least 14. Yeah, we want to make the jump to here right now. Yep, go. Okay. I guess I could have thrown one production action while I was there. That's a little bit inefficient. All right, and y'all will start producing elixir. I'm gonna put the supplies for the scriptorium down here. All right, from there, this is a single fuel. Get all the way back home. Maybe even drop some fuel off in the vault if we want, but the important thing is get the rest of the methane. Down here, we produce the remaining. Get me a silica. Produce the remaining stuff that we are entitled to here. Okay. So search for artifact is just a single. Okay. Knowledge value 20. Knowledge value 20. Brynath produces more fuel. Okay, these 20 each. We produced 4 plants with a knowledge value of 20 each. Okay. So it is a little awkward that it's 4. Like, that's a weird amount for us to carry back. All right, you're still traveling for another turn. So what is of import down here now. We've produced all of the elixir and all of the plant life, all of the artifacts that we're going to be able to produce. We're not going to bother with stasis. So, my plan was to use one of the smaller ships to ferry the elixir home and start healing people. We've produced plenty of fuel, so maybe that is what we should do. Maybe I should load Celesta into... We should send 2 people back home in the remaining small ship, right? With the elixir. So I'm going to have the aircator execute that move. Is there a reason for you to stay down here? Like, maybe what we do is this. I leave the supplies for the scriptorium down here because all the ships are coming back. Maybe both of you go back up. But this is how I spend your last action, is making this move happen. And it's a lot of fuel, but we have infinite fuel waiting for us on the planet. So let's spend the one action and then sort this out. You may as well make fuel twice before we leave. Do I want to just send back the aircator? Because the aircator can deliver the elixir and everything else all at once. And we leave one person here. It's probably Celesta. Leave the person with the most faith behind to continue producing fuel for a little bit while we go back and faith up at the ship and deliver all of the knowledge as well. This certainly makes things a little bit easier. Like, what is the move back here for the aircator? It would be 15 energy in total. That's not so bad. But I guess there's no reason to plot the whole move back. I mean, we could just do 11 and 11. It's fine. We don't need to be like super optimizing efficiency here around fuel anymore. And even though like overspending here and just making the whole move at once doesn't save us any quote unquote time versus making the move to here and then making this move to here, but it does save us real world minutes, and that I can just click on this and not worry about it anymore. And I think that is something I'm okay with because we have enough fuel to make it all the way back too. Yeah, that's cool. Just y'all go ahead. Everybody's out of actions, so... Alright. You are collecting the rest of the methane and returning. Yeah, and you're also at 3 faith. So it's the 1 and 2 faith people that will spend some time at the ship. But like, maybe you want to hang out here for a second? Because we could reshuffle... Like, I could have Peregrine take the aircator back, is what I'm thinking. If we don't have Peregrine be the one who goes back, like, what is... The question is, do I want the aircator to be the ship that builds the scriptorium? Probably not, right? I probably do want it to be the Nexus, because we have this higher efficiency engine that we can perform the thrust with. And it's just a matter of making it past there, but I want to make sure that I'm bringing a pilot who has high faith. So I do want Peregrine. We want to get the methane back as fast as possible, I think. Let's have Peregrine go ahead and go back right now. And we'll use one of these smaller ships. Yeah. Let's just have Peregrine go back right now. So I could just make 19 energy. That's fine. 5 fuel. Let's just like get the heck out of here. I don't need... I can probably just leave a stack of fuel. Right? 5 fuel back to the surface. 2 fuel. Like, also we could have this ship come and bring me more fuel even. I could just leave all of this on the boat. It is definitely useful to have a big stockpile of fuel. So we'll just do this, run ourselves completely out, and use the remaining methane to make Elixir and have fuel delivered. Once again, totally comfortable with that. Okay, speaking of fuel deliveries, let's produce a whole bunch of fuel. It's going to take a second for anybody else to have any actions left. Okay. So they have arrived. All right, we actually have some knowledge for the first time ever. Let's spend some time in the chapel. So whoever's in here will just gain faith at the end of the turn. And it's the amount of elixir spent is the amount of faith they have plus 1, right? I think we read that earlier. So you need to be boosted for sure. Do I need to put the right amount of elixir in? Will it consume more than is necessary? Place the exile in the chapel slot and a number of elixir equal to the exile's current faith plus 1. Once the exile and elixir are placed, the exile gains faith. It costs 4 elixir. Yeah. So it says put the right amount in, and I don't want to waste it. So I'm gonna be like very careful here and just use the right amount. Elixir required 2. We will put 2 elixir in. You don't really get to do anything this turn. Sorry, friend. But we're gonna restore you as well. So yeah, these 2 are the only ones who have actions left. Okay. So that did work. We're gonna get you to 4 faith, and then you're gonna be the one who makes the scriptorium run. On 4 faith, the odds on 4 dice, the odds that we will hit at least 1/5 are like pretty good. So you 2 are without plan. Peregrine can deliver this methane and get to producing. Turns out we're gonna need to make some silica first. And you may as well produce more, you know. Yeah, we don't quite have a full ship worth of fuel yet. So we should do that. Let's fill up on fuel. I just produced titanium because I clicked on the wrong building. Whatever. Titanium is good too. See, if you click on the titanium building and then you go click on the fuel building quickly, it doesn't always fix it. Okay, fuel. That's enough. That's enough to completely fill one of the ships with fuel. So we throw you in that ship, have you fly over to here quite efficiently with your single movement. Peregrine can produce some more silica, and we can drop off this much fuel. Sorry, I was trying to do that. I shift clicked because I was like, that's how you put stuff in the slots quickly. But not everywhere. That's not always the right move. Okay. I thought I was going to increase them both. I didn't actually do the math. It's a lot. It's expensive. But we do need to do it, right? Okay, so let's head back. And from here, we can plan the next move. And like I said, I think I'm just going to make this the hour minutes efficient version of the move. Was it this much fuel last time? Hold on. I thought it cost only 11 fuel. It was 11 fuel because I wasn't going to the planet, I was going to here. Yeah. All right, you will go and do the fuel pickup and then make the moves over. It's all fine. All right. Peregrine and Celesta. Peregrine is going to produce 2 more silica and then get started on elixir production. And Celesta can step in and also produce some elixir. Okay. And then let's have you, I think, just bounce back to the fuel production station. And now that we have this, we have 6 elixir in excess of what we need for the scriptorium, right? We could take both of the 3 faith exiles back and bump them to 4. Or we could bump the 2 faith exile just up to 3. Or we could just bank it and wait until the next area, like... I think it's probably not worth bumping Samnia to 5. I don't think we have to do that. Yeah, I think actually we just bank it. I think it is for the future. I think that 4 is all we're going to need to produce a reasonable result here. We'd have to fail it on both. We'd have to fail it going both ways in order to lose a ship. The odds of that are pretty low, but if we fail it the first time, it gets real scary. So I think there is a question as to like whether it would be best to take it up to 5. And we're just not going to bother with this nonsense. So yeah, when Samnia arrives, Samnia is going to make the scriptorium run. And also the methane gathering run there. So what we can do now while we're giving Samnia that time is, first of all, make sure Samnia has enough fuel waiting. You know, we're going to dock, grab a ton of fuel, and then make the thing happen. I guess I kind of screwed up here. I should have had this ship take back the... Yeah, shoot. Okay. This stuff has to get transported. But I guess it can just be the Nexus that Samnia drives, right? We can just have this ship waiting here fully prepped. So Samnia is coming, and we're going to have the rest of you figure out if we can produce more methane over here with the big ship, make another methane run, and see if we can't produce more elixir by the end. So we're waiting for the big ship to get back to do that. So Peregrine doesn't actually have a ton to do then. I guess what Peregrine can do that will be meaningful is just generate a bunch of silica for if this all works out. Right? Because it does take time to do that. You are going to produce more fuel. It's a boring job, but somebody's got to do it. Peregrine is going to produce at least one more turn worth of silica. I am always going to click on the wrong buildings, apparently. That's just the way of things. Alright, and Somnia is here. So this is not... The scriptorium setup is not really a two-person job, I think. I don't want to try to run a methane thing over here because I want to be able to move a lot of methane. We want to use the aircator for that. So... how much fuel is this going to take? I think what we're going to do here is just grab some more fuel and just make the move over. And plot from there, actually. Yeah, because that's where my ship is. I should have moved the ship up. No, that's how we should do that. We should move the ship up and have Somnia take it from here. Because we should be at absolutely full fuel. I don't think the fuel is going to be a problem, but we should be full. So, y'all just want to make fuel for a turn? Just wait for the ship to be brought to you, perhaps? Let's do that. One of you will operate the water plant, one of you will operate the fuel plant. Okay. And we can afford a little bit of inefficiency, I think, in the actions of the people down here. So you are just going to fly this up to there. It is going to cost an irrelevant amount of fuel. You're going to hand that ship over. We're going to refill the fuel. And let's get Somnia's journey planned out. So, we're looking at this 6.4 fuel per energy means we can make it to here in a single jump. A single fuel, I mean. And then to here in a single fuel. And then we're jumping to here, which we can do in another single fuel, because that is 6, yeah. No, that is 7. Well, if we're going to use 2 fuel to get in, then we may as well go all the way to here. And then next turn it'll be, yeah. Next turn it'll be time to eat the hazard. Okay, so that ship's doing that. It's going to be fine. Now time to figure out if we can produce a reasonable amount of methane and try to produce more elixir before we leave. So we would want to load. Actually, one thing that's interesting about that is a one thrust operation. So actually we could swap the engines on these ships. Right, and give the aircator a little bit more fuel efficiency for better carrying. That would require us to use the Cedilli to bring back any building materials that we might need, which is probably fine. So what are we going to actually need here? Is it just a methane harvester? I guess, hold on. This is a planet that we're talking about harvesting methane from, right? Yeah, not an atmosphere. So, it is unfortunately a pretty low action planet, too. Atmosphere's thin. So, we're going to want to bring 2 people for that, for sure. Maybe all 3 of them, actually? So we can load up as fast as possible. Actually, it's probably all 3 of them. And as far as we can tell, it is only going to be 1 methane, but we should bring an extra iron for the surveyor in case, or the resource excavator in case it's depth 1 when we get there. I still don't see a way to see that from space. So what we need is 2 iron. So somebody's got to go back and dig 2 iron out of that planet. And they will take the triad to do so. So you're going to do this. Oh no, sorry, the Aircator takes this. The triad takes this. And also you know, a stack of fuel or whatever just to get the job done. Somebody with 3 actions, please. Go do that. Okay. So to produce 14 energy is, yeah, fine. Less than half of our fuel. And we do want to do this as fast as possible. All right, so you grab 2 iron and also produce a little bit more iron. No, 2 iron's all you need, actually. So you can just make the move back. There's not really any reason for there to be a bunch of fuel sitting down here. But I guess there's no reason for there not to be either. Ships that are landing can use it to get back, so. All right, now fly this right back. That gets transferred to the Aircator, and then all the Aircator needs is the fuel to get there and back. And actually, it doesn't even necessarily need... Well, we didn't include any extra iron. So we're not going to set up fuel here. That's fine. So, the Aircator can make this trip in... We're getting 3.5 fueled energy. Let's open up the calculator because we don't usually run these values. So ship mass 4 with 160 efficiency is not a thing that I have a good feel for. We need to make it to here this turn, ideally. And then it'll only be 2 energy from there to reach the surface of the planet. So if we send everybody, which I think we can afford to do, we have 6 actions. So it's like 1 fuel, 2 fuel. I guess, yeah, we can solo jump this a bunch. How much fuel is in the reserve? Nothing. So we probably do want to produce more fuel. 1. The 4 is going to be 2 fuel. Yeah. And then 1. And then we need to make a 6 jump. 6 is exactly 2 fuel? Well, 2 fuel will cover it. So we need to go 1, 2. So that's 3 total fuel. Another 1 for 4 total fuel. Another 2 for 6 total fuel. And another 1 for 7 total fuel. So we'd like to bring at least 14 fuel with us so that we can make it back. 7 fuel that way. Okay, that's the outward fuel expenditure. Then we could do this in 1 jump to or no, sorry, 1. So yeah, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it is 7 both ways. And if we're doing 7 both ways, then we may as well bring... We could bring up to 18 without costing ourselves any extra movement. So we'd like to spend 1, 2, 3, 4 actions. So we can spend 2 more actions just making fuel, without spending anybody's like critical turns. So let's do that. No, fuel. Yeah, fuel. Okay. Put you in there. All right. Return to map. So, make this as efficient as possible. 2 energy gives us 6 movement, so we may as well make this all one jump. Then we make 1 more fuel here. And then you make this jump. Okay. Both time and fuel efficiency being counted here. Alright, so y'all get down to the planet with only 1 more fuel expenditure. Okay, there are some artifacts here. Interesting. Okay, this methane is really awkwardly placed. But whatever, it's the only thing we're actually here to get. Okay, methane harvester up. So... I was not planning on there being artifacts here. All right, we have to make this whole move all at once. Here we go for faith. I'd like to see at least 1-5. Okay. All right, and that's excellent because that means the ship cannot be damaged so badly that it can't move anymore on the way back. And all we're really here to do is build a scriptorium. Don't think it matters where so much. There we go. The effect of stasis is almost immediate, coursing through the body as if possessed by a will of its own. The flesh cannot resist, and is soon given over to it. With so few on board, Auriga has had to improvise the method of granting stasis to ensure survival of the long night. We have almost successfully written the Chronicle of the Auriga Vault. We are so close. We could build a methane harvester here. There's no reason not to, I suppose, with there being this much iron on this planet's surface. So I guess let's just do that. We can fill this ship with methane as well. But we don't need to leave immediately. Okay, cool. Cool. So, first of all, unknown debris. Various metals and alloys, perhaps of human origin. You know, knowledge is useful. And then methane, friends. Produce methane. Samnia, we didn't look at this planet artifact wise, did we? Alien plants, K20. Ooh. Would I rather bring back knowledge instead of methane? I think I'm gonna, let's reveal all of the plants. We'll see if any of them are special. But yeah, I will probably just bring back 3 plants, frankly. Because we don't need the full amount of fuel to make it back. So yeah, we were producing methane. Everybody is just producing methane. Just like in real life. Now, we don't have an infinite amount of time. Critical to remember. Show me the last artifact. Okay, so it is just 20 knowledge. I think we are probably not going to bother then with the methane. It would be nice to bring some methane back, but also it's nice to bring back these very high value artifacts. So I think let's just get out of here. Now I am right about this, right? It is not 9 fuel is enough to get us home. We can make the jump all the way to here for 2 fuel. And then 1 fuel is 6. See, we can certainly make it back to the fuel depot. Yeah, we're in no danger. Let's go ahead and make this jump. Have to make it through the magnetic fields again. It would be really nice to have another success, but we don't need it. Okay, cool. Glad we had 4 dice. This is going to be 2 fuel no matter how we do it, so we may as well just make it 1 action from here. Okay. Knowledge is good. Knowledge is powerful. So it's going to be 1 turn to make it back down here. Some amount of time to cook the methane into stuff. And then once the gloom overtakes the system, we're going to have, what, like 1, 2... So we want to be out of here with like 8 turns left before we need to leave. It's close. I think we're just going to run this ship all the way home. Yeah, maybe I don't mess around. There's not really anything else to gather. I guess the thing I could do with this ship is go get some more fuel. We could come home with the maximum amount of fuel in the tank. There's no reason not to do that, really. We certainly have the time. Once this ship gets back, we're not taking it out again, probably. So yeah, you may as well go and produce some fuel. All right. So there's a question as to how much methane is it even worth it to generate. It's going to take a full turn to use a full stack of methane. But that's assuming we also have enough silica. What is left in the stock right now? Just 1 stack of silica. So I'm kind of thinking maybe we just bail with the 2 stacks we have now. We have to make the travel. We have to produce 1 more stack of silica, and then we have to get out of there with it. That's probably for the best. Let's just go now. Maybe erring a little bit on the side of caution, but however, go now doesn't mean really go now. It means use 5 of the actions of the people here, right? So it's only going to take us 1 action to get us back to the spine. Is there anything else I particularly want to bring back with us? Not really. Maybe the iron, honestly? Yeah. Alright. So make that move. That will be sufficient. Whew, okay. You really do just want to go straight to here. Oh, right. Sorry, I have to do an engine switch. So clear. I don't have to go to the... No, I do. I do actually have to go up to the depot. I was going to say we could have Samnia bring us an engine. But no, I cannot, in fact, do that. So So Somnia is going to produce water, produce fuel, get back in the cockpit here. All right, hold on just a second there. Don't go anywhere. We're going to produce fuel again. Give you the rest of that, and now we're going to have Somnia leave. Right, and yeah, Somnia leaves with the Caracal, that's fine. Okay. So the other maneuver that we have to make here is we got to swap this engine into this ship, this engine into that ship. Okay. So now the air carrier can actually reach the surface of the planet again. Do we leave somebody behind here to produce fuel while the other two go to do the other work? Probably a little bit at least. We left a stack of fuel on the planet's surface, right? We did. No, let's just have all three of them go back. So congratulations, you're in charge. We can't actually make it all at once. Actually, I think I have to stop here and produce a little bit more fuel. Yeah, I think so. All right, that's fine. Not a big deal. So we're going to use the fuel. Right, it's not like this is a waste. Okay. Return to map. Let's just go ahead and get here. It's going to cost us 10 fuel. We'll replace almost all of it immediately. Yeah, we're just mostly about action efficiency here. We're going to have to go back to the depot on the way out. So we'll drop off. We'll have the third pilot. We'll have somebody fly the other ship home. Okay, so for now, transfer all the methane to the planet's surface. Transfer, yeah, kind of a lot of stuff. Pretty much everything to the planet's surface. Okay, let's make some fucking elixir. That's also going in the ship. At the very least, we're doing this, right? We know that's critically important. Okay. You can produce 3 silica. We do not have a lot of time left. So we're going to make 3 more elixir. We're going to make 3 more silica. It's this building. Gonna make 3 more elixir. We have a little bit of time. Do I want to make more elixir? So we have the fuel to make it back up to the depot in a single action. To there, produce a little bit more fuel, enough fuel for both ships to get back. Gosh, maybe I should have left one person behind. I should have left one person behind. Whatever, it's fine. We'll be fine. So, how many turns is it going to take for us to produce the rest of what we need? Did Somnia make it home? Somnia's home. Okay. Nice to have knowledge. Okay. There would be no point in Samnia flying back out. We wouldn't get here in time to do anything. So we end the turn. Do we go now, just truck the methane back home? This is a lot of elixir. It's probably enough. Let's not get greedy. Alright. Return to map. So we want to get back up to here. And I am kind of focused on time efficiency. Wait, did I... have someone in the laborer slot? Friends? My brains. Where are they? Alright, get down here. So the Citadel has nothing in it right now. I'm going to produce water, produce fuel. We're going to put all of the fuel in the Citadel. We're going to have you just go pick up your friend and leave. I feel very silly that I goofed like that. I guess this means we get to bring all this stuff home, though. That's something. Okay, so what is the best way to split this up? We have to make a 6-point jump from there. I guess, you know, this makes sense. So 3 fuel here, then 1 fuel to there, and then 1 more fuel home. Totally works. Although actually, we have so many points of movement here. I suppose we could do this a little bit more efficiently. But also fuck it. But have you considered? Fuck it. Okay. So you are just going to very quickly. Yep, I know. Run out of turns. Here comes the solar system getting consumed. You are just going to quickly produce some fuel. This ship gets out of here. Yeah, there's no point in waiting. Let's just go. Sorry, I didn't set a maneuver. That's the problem. 1 fuel. Make that maneuver. Okay, you are fleeing as fast as the gloom is overtaking. Okay. So this turn is the turn we are leaving. I am going to produce fuel. How much fuel does it take to get home? We could leave next turn. And there's fuel at the vault, so we don't need to bring back a surplus. We just need to get out of here. So operating at your standard shitty fuel efficiency. Or engine efficiency, rather, here. Okay. It's going to take us 4.6. It's like a jump to here, and then a jump to there, and then a jump out. This is 3 fuel. This is 2 fuel. This is 3 fuel. So that's 8 to get to here. And that'll be a single full turn of actions. From here, it is only 5 more. It's only another 3 fuel. So I only need 11 fuel to make it home. We produce water. We produce fuel. That's 12 fuel. That is enough. Which is good, because it is time to fucking leave. Oh, okay. It's a little terrifying. This is so screwed up. Okay, at least all of the resources are at the end now. Whatever, it's good enough. Okay. Gosh, I hope I did this math correctly. Three actions. Oh, wait, I didn't think. Oh gosh, is this gonna stop existing? Oh no, friends. Oh no. Yes. Actually, yes. That eliminates. It doesn't eliminate just that planet. It also eliminates the stem coming off of that planet. In my head, I had it stopping at the horizontal line. Well, that ship had all the elixir in it. And everything. There was a small mistake I made at the end of that if I had left somebody behind to produce fuel, and then they had produced a bunch of fuel, flown it over to the planet, we could have done that exact thing, but much faster. So I think what I'm going to do here, because this is our first run, is I'm going to go ahead and restart and just basically do that same thing, but slightly. There's no just like small undo, right? It's reset the whole thing. All right. I am going to just... Maybe we should just soldier on. What I was thinking was I would restart the whole thing and do it off camera, and then just next video start us in the fourth system. But to be perfectly honest, we have 2 alloy. We might be able to just soldier on. We lost our big ship, and we have no methane. It would be annoying to recover from here, but certainly not impossible. In theory, we just have to make 1 more scriptorium, right? So we just have to produce a little elixir. No, I'm going to go ahead and restart and just not make the tiny error. That's so frustrating to lose so much to a tiny error. Yeah, and we'll just pick it up. We'll just pick it up from there next time. So, a little bit extra work for me, but it is my fault. I suppose it's only right. That's going to be it for us for now. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we will be picking it up right about here, but without me allowing Celesta to be consumed by an angry black hole. And we'll see you then.